All right, eighth graders. So we are back looking at the Foursquare method. We have our thesis, our hook, our intro is really squared away. And now what we're going to do is look at these main ideas. We have place for students outside of school, and everyone can get involved. Everyone can get involved doesn't really sound like it's worded the best. So I want to change that a little. Sometimes I edit as I draft, and that's why we go through the drafting process. So I'm going to change everyone can get involved to that they provide community opportunities. I think that sounds a little bit stronger and I can write more about it. So I'm going to edit this. And now what I'm going to do is brainstorm a little bit just around these main ideas so I know what evidence I'm going to provide when I write my paragraphs. So a place for students outside of school makes me think about mentorship, maybe older and younger students coming together, homework help, where kids can go and do their schoolwork, maybe teachers can help. I also think about passions, athletic and musical, or beyond. And let's see, what else? Free Wi-Fi, warm place, safe. I think those are all good evidence pieces that I can talk about in the body paragraph about kids using these community centers outside of school. So I'm just going to place these around here so I remember them. And I'm going to do the same for my second body paragraph. So community opportunities, I can say small business support, a place where small businesses can advertise, can host evening events. Also, I think about senior citizens using community centers. I also think about community centers offering a place of belonging for everybody that they can come by. If you're new to the community, if you're lonely, you have a spot where you can kind of go hang out and find your people. So I'm going to talk about all of these in my next body paragraph. So I'm going to just place them around there just so that I remember. Remember, this is just drafting. There's no right or wrong way to do it, but you want to make sure you have your ideas all together before you start writing. The next step is to list your topic sentences, and we want to make sure that they start with a transition word. So for the first body paragraph, I'm going to keep it simple and say first. You also want to tie it back to your main idea. So I'm going to say community centers. And then I have to announce the main idea of that body paragraph, a place for students outside of school. And I can reword it so that it sounds a little bit more put together. And the same is true for my second body paragraph. I'm going to start it with a transition word. This one I'm going to use additionally. And again, tie it back to my decision. And it's not word for word for my thesis, but it does tie right back in. So I want to make sure I have at least that for my body paragraphs. I can write more, but this is pretty much the bare minimum. The conclusion, for me, I'm going to bring the thesis down and reword it from the get-go because I know I need to restate the thesis in my conclusion, and I know that it can't be word for word. So I'm going to say finally, one improvement or one way to strengthen our community is community centers by all right, so that's the basis of it. I'll talk to you more in the next video about how this comes together for your essay. But from here, this is the bare minimum of how you put together your Foursquare to draft for your essay.